and solve such question. Very simple question. Maybe you'll be given the numerator and the denominator, and you're supposed to work it out without using mathematical table or a calculator. But you still find such simple question, number one, where the examiner expects 99% of the students to score. Always less than 50% of students score all the 3 marks in that question. So that's why I want you to revise these areas. One, you have to know the place value and the total value of a number. You must know the place value and the total value of a number. You must be able to write natural numbers from word question. You must be able to write natural numbers from word question and vice versa. You will be given question words, then you are told write it down. Maybe sum or multiply, state the place value or the total value. You must know the factors. Here we have prime factors. Prime factors, must look at them. Next, LCM and GCD, you must look at their application. Application of LCM and GCD. Where you are given bells are ringing after a given time. They rang together maybe at 1 p.m. Find the next time they'll ring together again. That is application of LCM. And lastly, operation on integers. And in operation on integers, you must know how to use the negatives. That's where most students get lost. When have this topic been examined? In 2014, number 6 and number 1. 2014 exam, number 1 and number 6 were from this topic. 2023, number 5 and number 1. 2022, number 4. 2021, number 2. 2020, number 1 and number 4. 2019, number 2 and number 8. You see, it is a topic every year it is examined. Very simple question, but still students fail. Therefore, look at those areas that I have mentioned. Topic 2, fractions. 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 Here they set in 2 areas. The normal fraction. The normal fraction, where you may be given evaluate 3 over 4 plus 1 and 5 over 7 divided by 4 over 7 or 2 and a half. 1 and 3 over 4 minus 5 over 8 times 2 over 3. Such simple question. Or they bring word problem. Word problem. It is fraction, but now it is expressed in words. The term that always confuses students, if they tell you a quarter of the remainder or a third of the remainder, how to use the remainder is where most students fail. A parent has a piece of land. Firstborn was given 3 over 7 of the land. Secondborn got a quarter of the remainder. Thirdborn got a third of the remainder after the first and the secondborn had been given. So that's the area that is being asked in fraction. Years that had been set: 2022, number 2, 2021, number 1, 2020 number 2, 2018 number 1. 3 linear equations. Linear equations. This is linear equations of form 1. Linear equations of form 1. Here you may be asked to simplify the linear equation and solve. I.e., you may be given an equation like x minus 1 over x minus 1 over x, minus 2x plus 1 over 3x. You're supposed to simplify. Most students fear fraction algebra, where we have an unknown under the equation. We have x minus 1 over x minus 2x plus 1 over 3x. You asked to do what? Simplify. 2 marks. Then part B of it, hence solve the equation. Same equation, x minus 1 over x minus 2x plus 1 over 3x is equals to 2 over 3. Is equals to 2 over 3. 1 mark. It is a form 1 work. You are asked to simplify. Same area you may be asked to expand and factorize. So there are only 2 areas that can be examined in linear equation form 1. Simplify the linear equation and solve, or 2, you expand and you factorize. Under still linear equation, I'll put it together with simultaneous equations. Simultaneous equations. I always tell my students there are 2 equations that are very important: simultaneous equations and quadratic equations. You may be dealing with vectors, but you are supposed to solve equations simultaneously. So if you don't know how to solve simultaneous equation, then you cannot solve that equation. You will be dealing with the differentiation, and you are supposed to apply quadratic to solve that equation. So in simultaneous equations, you must know the methods for solving simultaneous equation. There are how many methods? How many methods? 2. 2 methods. 1. She has said 2 methods. 1. Substitution. 2. Elimination. There's a third one also being taught in form 1. Graphical method, isn't it? Those 3 are being taught in form 1 and always set in KCSE. Substitution, elimination, and graphical method. So you must know how to solve simultaneous equation using elimination method, substitution method, and graphical method. Years that has been set: last year 2024, number 17. It was a simultaneous equation, and it was specifically number 16. It was basically graphical method. 2023, number 16 still, simultaneous equation. 2020, number 8. 2019, number 15. 2018, number 6. Please, you should be writing these numbers down. You should be writing the numbers down so that when you go back, pick your mathematics made familiar, check the numbers the way we have written them, and you revise them maybe on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. Number 4. Number 4. Rate, ratio, proportion, and percentages. Rate, ratio, proportion, and percentages. This is in which form? Which form? Form 1. Form 1. This topic can either be set in section A or in section B. So it can be 2 marks, no, 3 marks or 4 marks, or it can be 10 marks. This question do not have a specific formula. You are supposed to read the question and understand. Are we together? Read the question and understand. I want to give you an example of those questions. I'll give you 2 examples. Here you don't have a formula. You read the question and understand, and that's the way you can solve it. For example, a group of 5 people can do a piece of work. A group of 5 people can do a piece of work in 6 hours. A group of 5 people can do a piece of work in 6 hours. Full stop.
Yes.
Calculate the time. Calculate the time. A group of 8 people. Calculate the time. A group of 8 people working at half the rate of the first group. Working at half the rate of the first group will take to complete the same work. Will take to complete the same work. Here, the most important is working at half the rate of the first group. You must note that. Working at half the rate of the first group. You will do it at your own time. Still here, you can have a question of 10 marks. You may be given, there are 3 partners have contributed money to do a business. The business have realized a profit. They have divided the profit in the ratio of their contribution. And from there are a number of questions that can be asked. So I don't want to stress a lot on this. What I want, you go back and revise the questions on mathematics made familiar. Years that has been set, 2022 number 17, that is section B. 2021 number 10. 2020 number 17, also in section B. And 2023 number 7. 2023 number 7. 5. Commercial arithmetic 1. Commercial arithmetic 1. What do you need to revise? Discounts, profit, and loss. Discounts, profit, and loss. 2. Exchange rates. Exchange rates. Exchange rates. 3. Commissions. 3. Commissions. This also can come either in section A or in section B. Years that has been set, 2024, last year it was number 11. 2022, number 6. Number 6. 2020, number 12. 2019, number 10. Then commission alone, 2023, number 10. 2021, number 8. And 2015, number 8. Number 6. Applied geometry, scale drawing, and bearings. How many people like this topic? I'm seeing a number. Applied geometry, scale drawing, and bearing. Now, those who like this topic, what is compass bearing? And how is it being given? There's a difference between compass bearing and true bearing. Where's the other mic? Compass bearing. Compass bearing. Nani amejua? Kuna wale walibeba mkono, they like geometry. Compass bearing. Who can try? Who can try? Compass bearing. Yes. Why are you afraid? Be attentive.
The way I know kwa compass bearing ni ile unapatiwanga tuseme north 60 degrees. It is not more haiko generalized like the true bearing yenye imeandikiwa. The compass bearing unapatiwa direction na the true bearing unapatiwa the whole bearing with na lazima ikuwe na 3 digits. So bearing, maybe like 063 degrees.
Okay. Good trial. Who can add? There's somebody at the back there. Okay, he has tried. Compass bearing is measured either from the north or the south, and it must be an acute angle. So it may be north 40 degrees east or south 46 degrees west, and it must be an acute angle. True bearing is given in 3 digits, 0, 60 degrees, and it is measured from the true north. Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Eh? Clockwise. You must know the difference between compass bearing and true bearing. When you are drawing, please make sure your ruler is straight. Is it okay? Because if not straight, then your angles will not be accurate. Then you will not get the measurements correct. Here, the only thing you need is to do a lot of practice. Years that has been set, last year 2024, number 19. Number 19. 2022, number 9. 2020, number 20. Next topic, common solids and nets. Common solids and nets and geometrical construction. Common solids and nets and geometrical construction. Construction. Geometrical construction. Please, in construction, you must practice constructing intersecting chords and tangents, inscribe circle and inscribe circle, orthocenter, centroid, constructing a trapezium, rhombus, parallelogram, and triangle. These are the common figures that are always asked. They can give you two sides, then you are asked to complete. In solids and nets, here you just need to practice on the ones that had been set. Make sure you practice. Years that have been set: 2024 number 8, 2023 number 24, I know that is section B, 2022 number 20, also section B, 10 marks, 2021 number 12. We are through the Form 1 work. Form 2, indices. Indices. You must understand the laws of indices and know how to apply them. Laws of indices. Yes, my friend. 10 raised to 0. 10 raised to 0. 1. So those are the things you are supposed to know. There are 3 ways in which they set indices. 1, I'll write it on the board. So that you go and revise. Thing was permanent. Now 1, solve for x in the equation 32 raised to x minus 3 times x times 8 into x plus 4 is equals to 64 divided by 2 raised to x. This one even Form 2 can do it. Number 2, there are different ways they can set. Find the value of x which satisfies the equation 5 raised to 2x minus 6 times 5 raised to x plus 5 goes to 0. The third way, 2 numbers, you write 2 numbers p and q. 2 numbers p and q are such that 2 numbers p and q are such that p raised to power 3 times q p raised to power 3 times q is equals to 189. P raised to power 3 times q is equals to 189. Full stop. Find p and q. 2 numbers p and q are such that p raised to power 3 times q, p raised to power 3 times q is equals to 189.